Craig, a 3-0 victory over Lincoln United in the FA Cup. For the first 79 minutes we thought probably might be going to a replay, but in the end the quality shined through, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it was frustrating for us. Obviously they had a game plan, put a lot of men behind the ball. We found it difficult. I wasn't really pleased with the first half, if all honesty. I think we were very slow in our own gameplay, really. Yeah, they were trying to slow it down, but I think we were in a way, not especially in the restarts, not getting the ball down, moving it, getting started quicker, and I think went a little bit too long, too soon. Got frustrated, but second half they started to tire. We pushed the full-backs on a little bit more, try and get overload, especially down the right-hand side, and obviously it was good just to get the first goal, and once the first one went in we were pretty confident that it'd become a lot more.
As you said, it was a really slow start. First half I don't think we tested the keeper at all. What do you think that was down to?
I think we just got frustrated. I think we got frustrated in the way they set up, and we didn't move the ball. We didn't move the ball as we could do, and then when we weren't picking up second balls or giving the ball back very cheaply, we were getting frustrated as a team, not individually but as a team, and obviously I think half time probably came at the right time for us, just to settle everyone down again, just to give a couple of more instructions to what we needed to do, and I think second half did it well.
Up until the goal, what changes did you see?
I think basically keeping the ball on the floor, moving it quicker, little triangles, pushing the eights further on next to Yuzi, so rather than Yuzi coming getting the ball and linking it up, we wanted to go through the midfielders and they link it up, and then obviously the full-backs pushing on. If you noticed there, second half, Josh and Deegan were both basically playing as wingers, which allowed our wingers really to come inside as well. So we tried to get some overloads and in certain areas, and obviously it worked.
Obviously Greeny might take a couple of the plaudits for coming on and injecting that energy. Was it the right response that you wanted from the number 8?
Yeah, as really his plan was really to give Greeny a rest today, because obviously the amounts of minutes he's played for us, we thought it would be an ideal game today not to do that, but a certain time we were enforced to bring it on. We had an injury from Wedge, and he came on and did what he does. Marshall's game, he's a manager on the pitch. He's a manager on the pitch for us, so he gives instructions, his movement, and he did extremely well when he came on. But yeah, I think not just Greeny, I think all the subs today made an impact.
Hughes now in full flow, obviously 2 goals, should have been 3 with a penalty, but whatever happened there. 2 fantastic goals, a great finish, and then an overhead kick. Is he now in full flow?
Yeah, he's fit. He's fit now. He's obviously in full steam, which is good for us. He's becoming an handful. We're still going to push him. We still think we can get more out of him, and he knows that himself. But he's definitely on track now to where we want him, and to where he was last year.
Obviously last season the link between Jay Rollins and Liam was vital. God knows how many assists they got between each other for setting each other up for goals, but today he set both up, and he's just a nuisance being inside Hughesy, isn't he? How did you feel that Rollins performed? Yeah,
I think personally first half I thought Jay came a little bit too short. Again, probably a player that were getting frustrated, trying to find the ball with them being so deep. But second half, obviously with Deegan flying forward as well, it allowed him to make more forward runs, come inside the pitch and probably running beyond the full-back, coming inside rather than the outside. So I thought Jay played very well the second half, and obviously caused them problems, and put some good balls in the box. To be honest with you, we probably could have been a little bit more clinical as well in the box.
Into the next round then, how does it feel to progress into the third qualifying round?
Yeah, it's really pleasing. I said to the lads before that, we want to try and go one better than last year. Obviously we need luck, with the draws and various things, and there's a lot of things still to play out, but it's a cup that's obviously a big thing in England, and one that we want to try and do well in, and I want to do well as a manager in it as well. So I think together it's really pleasing that we're in the next round, and obviously we'll look out for the draw and a little bit of luck.
Is there anyone you want in particular?
I always say an own game would be nice.
So moving on to next week, Radcliffe have certainly started on the season like a house on fire. What is your plan for them then going into next Saturday?
Plan? We haven't really worked that one out yet. No, we do his research like anything. They're an extremely good side, 2 experienced managers in there. And we know before the ball will kick this season that they would be challenging a set off on fire. So we're going to have to be at our best to get anything there next week. But like every single game, we'll be going there, trying to go blow for blow with them, have a go at them, and let's see what happens.
Obviously, the last time we were in the first season under your reign, we were in the second qualifying round of the FA Cup. We came up against Chester. Obviously, in charge of them were Bernard Morley and Anthony Johnson, and obviously things got heated on the sideline last time in that game. But obviously, 2 well-established managers, probably above this level, probably dropping a little bit lower than they normally have done. What do you make them two and sort of how they play?
Yeah, they play good football, and the 2 extremely successful gaffers that's done extremely well all the way through the leagues, and I've got nothing but admiration for them. But football's football. It's good for myself to go test my wits against them and see what we can do, and see what we can try and force them into causing them problems next week. And like I said, I can certainly guarantee you that our side will be set up to try and score goals and not defend.
And in particular, last week the fans were brilliant against Ilkeston. Today, just as made the short trip over, came out in the numbers, got the crowd, the noise going. How important will they be going into next week as well? If they could, flood the away end and get behind the boys.
Yeah, massively. It's what a great feeling. It gives me goosebumps every time at the end of the game when we win, and you've got the fans there clapping, singing and everything like that, and they're a loud bunch and a passionate bunch. And I've said from minute one since I've come to this club, they've got to see me not as a manager, as a fan, because that's what I am. I'm kind of a manager's side as if I'm one of them. And we all love them, and they do become a 12th man for us, and hopefully next week they can turn up like they do every single week and cause as much noise as problems as they can, and hopefully give us that advantage.